Hey friends, in this video, I'm going to teach you how to go viral on Twitter. I've had a love-hate relationship with Twitter for years. I would log in, tweet for a bit, get no results, quit. Then I would come back to it, I would try again, usually end up quitting again after not getting any traction. And it was frustrating because I would see people with hundreds of thousands of followers selling books, selling courses, and frankly, selling whatever they wanted on Twitter with ease. This happened on and off for years, and then I finally decided I needed to do something about it. I wanted to figure out how to go viral on Twitter. Twitter has over 350 million users. I decided to take a power writing course run by Sean. If you don't know who Sean is, he was the ex-CEO of Bebo, if you remember that social networking platform, and he has amassed a following just shy of 290,000 followers on Twitter. In this video, I'm going to share the lessons I learned from that course, as well as what I've learned doing hours and hours, hundreds of hours of research on different tools, learning from different creators, and ultimately how I got some of my own tweets to go viral. You can then take these lessons and apply it to your own Twitter account. Using these techniques, I've had my tweets go viral, and I've had my tweets reach tens of thousands of people, as well as have my own Twitter profile viewed by thousands and thousands of people. Okay, so if all that sounds good, then here's the process you need to follow to go viral on Twitter. First, you need ideas, and this can be really tough at the beginning, but once you get the hang of creating ideas, it will actually come much, much faster. I often compare it to when you first go to the gym and you first start working out. Even just lifting the bar, for example, on a bench press is incredibly heavy, but after you go more and more and more, it gets easy, and the same is true for coming up with ideas. Sean, in his course, had a really good suggestion for how to initially start coming up with ideas, so how to get the wheels turning. And that was to think back about your best, worst, weirdest job or investment, and then think about those different scenarios and basically pull out the stories from within the experiences you've already had. I would also urge you to write these ideas down as soon as you have them. So I just put them into the notes app on my phone, but I'm always recording new ideas. I have hundreds of ideas in there for YouTube videos like this or for tweets, but write everything down. Then when it comes to it and you're sitting down and you're going to build on that idea, you've already got a huge list and you can just hit the ground running. The second thing is that a common mistake a lot of people make is thinking they have to be an expert on something. And it's actually better to be a curious beginner. So as soon as you learn something, you can teach it more effectively than something you learned years ago. And that's why it's much better to be a curious beginner, so you don't have to be an expert at all. As you're learning things, share that content online. Now, the third thing is that I did have a secret weapon in this process. So I took a lot of what I've learned from that course and from other creators, but I came across an amazing app called Tweet Hunter. Now, I'm not sponsoring this video, they don't pay me at all. I just think this application is phenomenal, and I'm going to show you on screen now a couple of the most powerful tools from that application. This is the dashboard that you see when you first log in to Tweet Hunter, and one of my favorite functions is the daily inspiration function. So you can click on daily inspiration, and what it basically does is it looks at your own Twitter account, and then it also goes ahead and looks at the keywords you've put in. What I've done is selected some words that are relevant to our business. I've saved those, and then it automatically generates suggestions of tweets that have already gone viral. So I can go through these and I can see examples of what's already doing well. Then I just click, for example, edit and tweet, and then I would have to edit that tweet into something new. I can't just copy it, so I'd have to adapt it. But that gives you an idea of how quick and simple this is. Here's another example. I want to go through a self-help book, so you can click on that, and then you can edit this quite easily to be different and to suit more your own style and voice. And then all you do is go ahead and press add to queue. The other thing I use a huge amount now is called the thread starters. So what you do is you put in the hook that you're thinking about, go ahead and you press generate, and then it comes up with suggestions for your thread. So these are basically good headlines and a hook people in. And once it generates these, you can then go through and again, you can just edit and tweet those ones there. So you play around with this, put in all sorts of different words. That I find so useful. And then the final bit is actually now with the content you're writing, it monitors the content and will tell you how likely it is to go viral or to do well. Then there's more detail on how to interpret the results here. The other top tip with this bit of software is when you're a smaller account, it's going to struggle to try and come up with these predictions because either you don't have a lot of tweets yet or you're still a small account. So what it allows you to do is put in an account that is similar to you. I chose David Perel because he tweets about writing. He is, after all, the writing guy. So I chose David Perel. And then what it does is it's going to take what I'm writing, the artificial intelligence is going to look at his account and try to work out how likely this is to go viral. They say the software has an 83% success rate in getting this right. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but this is a fantastic piece of software. This is going to be a huge tool in your arsenal to conquer Twitter and go viral. The fourth thing to consider when going viral on Twitter is the headline. So I would advise that you put 75% of your time into the headline. If you have a rubbish headline, your tweet is going to die straight away. No one's going to see the content. They're not going to see what you've written underneath it. So 75% of your time on the headline, that is the most important thing when you are creating tweets. For number 5, I'm going to bust a myth that is often put out online when it comes to doing well on Twitter. The wisdom is often shared that you should tweet often. I've seen people say tweet 5 times a day and just tweet more often. And honestly, I think that's complete rubbish. Of course, you can tweet updates and things as they happen. But what I would say is to focus your attention again on writing high quality content. So you're much better off writing one really good thread and spending hours and hours and hours creating something that is truly valuable than just creating tweets here, there, and everywhere, spewing them out, which can end up quite spammy. So now that you've got your ideas, you've also got a really important tool and you know how to structure your tweets. Well, what should you put in your tweets and what should the content be? Well, the biggest piece of advice is to create something that makes the person feel on the other side. So you want to generate an emotion with whatever it is that you're writing. You want the person who receives the tweet to have a reaction, and I'm going to give you some reactions right now. So you either want them to say, LOL, that's so funny. Oh my God, that really annoys me. That's so cute. That's amazing. Oh my God, that's crazy. Oh, now I get it, which is hopefully what you're getting from this video. Finally, someone said what I feel, or that's amazing. That's great news. So you want to generate an emotion from what you create. Always write with emotion at the forefront of what you're creating. The 7th tip is to find a cohort of people. So find a group of people. When I was doing Sean's course, I actually had another 5 people and we were all in a WhatsApp group together and we would share our headlines, our tweets and everything we were writing and then give each other honest feedback. What I would say is look for really harsh feedback. Although it's not nice to hear, it's going to make sure you get a lot better much faster. Seek out people that aren't afraid to hurt your feelings. The 8th tip I'm going to leave you with is to make sure you sort out your bio and your headline image. So once people actually get to your Twitter account, so once you've done everything else we've covered in this video and you've done all the hard things like actually getting a tweet to go viral, make sure that when people get to your Twitter account, they can clearly see exactly what it is that you offer and therefore will hopefully follow you. If it's not clear, you're going to lose their attention and they'll be gone just like that. I would recommend that you go and check out the course by Sean called Power Writing. I'll put a link down below. Again, I'm not paid by him or affiliated at all. I just think it was a really useful course. And what I've mentioned above is just a few small snippets from that course. He goes into depth on a lot of other things writing related. I've also put a link below to a chap called Alex Lull, who has a great newsletter all about content creation, specifically on Twitter, and I've picked up quite a few bits from that. Finally, of course, I would say go check out tweethunter.io. Again, I'll put a link down below. That has been extremely useful for me. Once again, I'm not affiliated with them, but it has been very helpful. And last but not least, we talk about writing in our newsletter. There is a link to sign up below where you will get many other writing gems. Take care and see you in the next video.